When I was younger, grade school age, my mom had some friends that had recently gotten some tattoos. It was first tattoo experience that I recall. One of the guys that had the fresh tattoo had a red reaction, so it was all blistered and nasty and gross looking. But that was my first experience in the tattoos, and I just kind of thought it was kind of a cool thing, and always been in art, and grew up drawing and painting since I could scribble on a wall with a crayon. By the time I was 18. We all started getting tattoos, me and my buddies, and I was always doing art, CD covers, demo covers and stuff like that for friends' bands and stuff. I never really had a formal apprenticeship. The shop that I had started getting tattooed at was the shop that I eventually worked at in Chicago. And I used to just go there and hang out, after I got off my regular job, and just watch and learn and listen, and it was such a fixture at the shop that he just ended up offering me a job once he saw the work that I had been doing on my friends. Every convention I go to, I run into new artists that I had never heard of before that are just doing the most mind-blowing work, and the artistic level of this industry is just exploded in the last 10 years. For me as an artist, I mean, it's not a job to me. It's a lifestyle. It's a career. I mean, I live it 24/7. It's a lifelong commitment. I don't necessarily agree with people that think that they're going to get tattooed and later on, if I don't like it, I'll get it lasered off. It's a cultural thing. It's a choice that should be lifelong. Otherwise, get some henna tattoos or some, lick'em stick'ems or something. Cultures, around the world, for, thousands of years have tattooed and modified their bodies, and it never once gave it a thought that it was going to be a temporary thing. Now there's, some new ink that supposedly can be lasered out, in one treatment and stuff like that. You'll never catch me using that on anybody. My shop is called Tattoo City. It's in Lockport, Illinois. It's located like 30 minutes southwest of Chicago. We just celebrated our 13th year back in June. Really good shop, great crew of artists. I've been working on a project on a friend of mine. I've been tattooing him for probably 12 years now. He's really big into Route 66. When he was young, his grandparents took him on a Route 66 trip. Route 66 runs through 8 different states, starting basically in Navy Pier in Chicago, heads west all the way to Santa Monica Pier in California. It runs through 8 different states. So the plan that we had was we were going to do 2 sleeves and a back piece based on a route. So we started on the one wrist in Chicago, worked our way up through the first 4 states, picking up all the different icons along the way. We've already finished both sleeves. The back piece is going to be the Texas portion of the route, which is the midpoint of the route, in Midland, Texas. So we're going to have Jim riding his chopper, down Route 66 with the Cadillac Ranch in the background and all that. But once we're finished with the whole project, next summer we're going to be taking a Route 66 trip together, spending 2 or 3 weeks on the road. The way that the industry is going right now, I mean, it's at the highest point I think it's ever been. Eventually, I think things are going to start to peter out a little bit. I mean, there's always going to be great quality artists and people wanting to collect great quality artwork. So, I mean, I don't think the bottom's ever going to fall out of it. But it's definitely going to wane, and the soccer moms getting the tattoos and stuff now, because they see it on TV and stuff because it looks all cool. Once all the tattoo TV shows die out, I think that the popularity is going to wane a little bit. I mean, it's still probably going to stay much bigger than it has in past years, but the high point is going to start to drop off a little bit, and I think that the next big thing to invest in is lasers.